Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Fantasy Hockey Pucks episode. I'm here, your host, Antonio Capos, here again with our head analyst and co-host, Ben Rutledge. How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today? I'm excited to be back. Sorry for the lack of
Obviously.
posting on the podcast, but we'll have a ton of especially mock draft and draft heavy strategy coming out as we gear up for the October 12th kickoff to the season.
Definitely, and I know this is prime time for a lot of people getting out to do their fantasy drafts. I know most people have probably already done them if it's in a serious league, but these are kind of like the last minute, like whether you're in high school or in university, just starting out a league like really early, just getting together with some friends. This is kind of the time we're going to start drafting. So we want to get as many mock drafts out in this like next couple weeks as possible. So you guys have more content to watch to like figure out your own strategy and who you like in different drafts. So just a quick note before that we get into this draft. I don't think I've ever drafted fifth in a fantasy draft in my career, we'll say. So this one will be interesting. We'll see what my strategy is. I feel like if you don't go like as a top 3 pick or like 7 and 10, you really don't know who's going to be there. So you're basically playing it off of who doesn't go in the first three picks of the draft. For instance, there's like before me, there's going to be McDavid, Draisaitl, McKinnon, Kucherov, and we'll say like Rantanen. Whoever doesn't go is going to probably be my pick. And then we'll go from there, likely filling out any of my holes. Also, another quick note before Ben gets into his pre-draft. We will be getting our busts episode out, our fantasy busts, especially because it's important. So if you have drafted already, you can trade them away before their value dips, or you can avoid drafting them and losing value. We have a couple interesting ones in there. I know our opinions aren't necessarily the same, so I'll just hand it over to you. And what are you planning on doing with this 10th back-to-back pick?
All right, so with my 10th pick, obviously I hope to get Matthews if he drops. I'm pretty sure in every mock draft we've done, I've managed to get Matthews regardless of where I pick. So that's a win. He should be going top 3 in both of our opinions. But I plan on going, if Matthews doesn't fall to me, I plan on going Marner, likely, is my plan. I'll get that true number 1 defenseman out of the way. I think that picking later is really a good spot to take that. Otherwise, you should be taking a forward. And then obviously get a winger, because then I know looking further down the board, I know I have, looking ahead to my next pick, I have a player like Tavares and Scheifele both sitting there, and Pettersson. So I know that I still have some center depth available. So that's really my plan here for this pick.
Yeah, I'm really hyped. It looks like we're going to have at least 8 of the 10 people drafting. I think this is the fullest mock draft we've had. Aside from, we did one off camera that was probably the best mock draft we've done, which it was really unfortunate that we didn't get it on a rolling clip. However, I'm hoping this is going to be a really good one. Obviously, I really hope that Vasilevsky doesn't go top 10 like he's projected, because that would really suck. But we've had a couple good mock drafts off screen. A really quick note before I go, because I'm just looking at him now. I think that right here, Ovechkin is probably, out of everybody on my screen, too high above his ADP. I think realistically, he's lucky if he gets top 20 when they have him ranked 11. So just a quick note there before we go in. I'm sure McDavid's going to go right off rip. Yep, there he's gone. 2 seconds. Let's see what Chris goes with here.
McKinnon. Another smart pick.
Solid. He's looking good. Promising. If he goes Matthews, we know we have a good mock draft ahead.
But I mean, even if he doesn't go, yeah, like for example, Draisaitl's not.
I mean, Draisaitl's not bad. In my opinion, Matthews is the number 3 center to go there, though. Ooh, he takes Kucherov. Oh, my bias outweigh.
I love they call Matthews number 3 and then aren't even clicking between them.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, easy.
I know that kills you, but
that does kill me. Like that, it's rough. It's okay. In a real league, I'd likely trade him and rip off somebody who's a Leafs fan. But it's okay.
that's actually another important strategy. That's another important strategy.
We will also be coming out in the next couple weeks.
Let me
just
talk
for you guys to. I have a quick note. Before, just quickly, and then you can get to your thing. Next week we're gonna have an actual draft for our league, our points league. Our Rochester League draft will be happening. So you'll see us actually be drafting our own league in real time, one cut. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Everybody's going to be paying attention, which is going to be really good. I think that's mainly the one thing that is going to be useful for you guys. It's that everybody's going to be paying attention. So there's not going to be any, like, obviously in every league, there's probably going to be people reaching, but there's not going to be like Vasilevsky going in the top 6 like he went here.
That was my pick. So I think I'll go Makar here. And then looking as I'm on the clock again, I hate that I have to do this, but I think Marchand's the right play here. In a redraft league, he's really a first round pick. Now, this built on what I was saying, you also, a very underrated strategy is to trade a player on someone's favorite team for an overpay. I know Antonio's been burned by it multiple times, overpaying for Marchand. I was burned by it last year, overpaying for Matthews, although it worked out because Matthews was elite. But for example, in this situation, if this were a real league, I'd get Matthews, he'd get Marchand. Like, it would be a pretty easy 1-for-1 deal there, and I don't think there would be too much disagreement. Obviously he'd be losing.
Hey, you got Marchand at 11. You're giving me a package, buddy. I'm not getting ripped off that bad. But yeah, that's a fair point. I don't think I've gone a year without having the full Bruins first line until this year.
I haven't gone a year without Matthews, Tavares, and Nylander.
Yeah, I normally what I used to do is Pasternak in the first round, Marchand in the second, and Bergeron in the 5th. Because Bergeron is like really underrated by this. Okay, I think an easy pick here is Jonathan Huberdeau. Love his upside. So really quickly, as that top 15 is rounded out, 1 was McDavid, 2 was McKinnon, 3 was Draisaitl, 4 was Kucherov, 5 was Matthews, 6 was Vasilevsky, 7 was Rantanen, 8 was Marner, 9 was Pasternak, 10 Makar, 11 Marchand, 12 Panarin, 13 Tkachuk, 4 Brady, 14 Ovechkin, and 15 Kane.
Just important to note, this is a Bangos league, so that's why you see Tkachuk go that high. It's a Bangos mock draft. It's just something important to note because he obviously is pretty valuable for Bangos. He gets a lot of hits, shots, and blocks, not to mention points. Although I have read a couple articles posted by The Athletic that that Brady Tkachuk, who's not currently signed, might be offer sheeted by either the Devils or Coyotes.
Ooh, that's a good look for the Devils.
It's not necessarily it's not a true rumor. It was more just saying, why not? They have the cap space and he's an elite winger, so why not bring him in?
I would like him with either Hischier or Hughes. That's a good idea.
Paired with Sharon Govich, probably, if he's on that top line, which I would assume he is. Followed up by Bratt. Hischier, I believe, is their second line center. No, it's Hughes. Bratt, Hughes, and Tatar.
Do some quick picks here. Barkov went 21. You see, it's picks like these where I don't really know who I want to take. I don't want to reach on anybody, but I don't like who's there. These are the hard picks. Like, I don't want to take Kaprizov, who just signed today, on that $9 million for, I think it's 5 years. It's gonna make me take Fetch. It's gonna make me take no. I'm gonna take advantage ad. Oof.
Gonna make you take Fetch.
It's gonna make me take Fetch. Nope. I'm going to advantage ad. The guy who has 4 goals in 1 game. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, a lot of
think
players have
here-
done that. It's just he's worked out well for me. I picked him up in his like breakout season 2 years ago.
Okay, so Fetch goes. That was really my pick there. I think also it was actually a release today that the Jets plan on having Ehlers play on the top line this year with Connor and Scheifele. That is something important to note. That is definitely up there for probably a top 3 first line in the National Hockey League, up there with probably the Bruins first line and the Avalanche first line. If Robertson is a breakout player or Kasha's a breakout player, you'd put Matthews, Marner, and Kasha, Bunting, Robertson, whichever one of those 3 up there, just because Matthews and Marner are so good. So I'm on the clock here, and I think I'm gonna go Gensel Tavares here. I just
love
down the board.
bias takes. I just love them.
Thank you. I mean, oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because Matthews, Marner, and Kasha would relate to Marchand, like a MVP finalist, Bergeron, a Selke winner, and Pasternak, a Rocket winner, or Rantanen, like up there for like one of the most skilled right wingers, McKinnon, a Hart winner, and who is it? Landeskog. He's very solid too. The captain.
Hey man, obviously there's a bit of bias in there. Everyone's biased towards their favorite team, but realistically, those are 2 top 10 players.
Okay, but I'm saying
they're 2
in
top
my
20 players in the
rankings,
league.
these are subject to bias, but my rankings are Bruins, Avs, Winnipeg, Leafs. Is my ranking.
In my opinion, it's Avs, Bruins, Winnipeg for top 3, and then, gosh, I'm just trying to think. Like McDavid, Hyman, Nuge is a good
is so
team.
tempting. Oh no,
McDavid.
Ben knows this. I'm really high on DeBrincat. I think that he could actually break that 40 goals that they have him projecting. Yeah, especially working with Taves this year, it's going to be really exciting. If this guy autos him, I'm going to be so thank you, DeBrincat. And he's a flex, left wing, right wing. That's really useful.
All right, so looking down the board, I'm just gearing up for my next pick. I have 1 center, 2 left wingers, and a defenseman. Probably if Connor or Ekblad fell to me, or Pettersson, obviously, I'd take any one of those. Ooh, Vancouver, Garland, Pettersson, Besser. That's a good line. That's just something.
Yeah, it's a good line. All right, I'm gonna quickly do 25 through 35, or 26 through no, 16 through 25 is what I'm trying to say. So 16 was Huberdeau, 17 was Point, 18 Crosby, 19 Aho, 20 Kemper, 21 Barkov, 22 Leonard, 23 Fox, 24 Hellebuck, and 25 Zibanejad. For anybody,
so Connor and Ekblad go back to back here, so
that's unfortunate. Ooh, there's Scheifele.
Yeah, Scheifele. I'd take Pettersson over Scheifele. Or might go Reilly too. Or Ehlers too.
Oh yeah, it's easy for me. Thank you. Take Ehlers any day. Swear to God, if Mcavoy goes before me, you won't take him.
Mcavoy.
You won't take him.
When I was give me Matthews and I'll give you McAvoy.
I have not gone a mock draft without taking Charlie McAvoy. I'm so high on this guy. He's gonna do. I think he's doing better than Dougie Hamilton easily. He's gonna be a top 3 fantasy defenseman in my opinion.
For me. Oh, Ehlers. Oh, Antonio, you took Ehlers. Did not see that.
Yeah, right now I have Matthews, Zibanejad, Huberdeau, DeBrincat, Ehlers. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with
I'm
that,
just
honestly.
hoping Pedersen falls. No, Pedersen goes. All right. Wow, there is no one on the board. You know what? I'm going the strategy that we've hyped up all off season. We've
What?
hyped up this goaltending draft strategy all off season. They're both sitting
Oh,
right
you're
there
gonna
on the
go
board for me.
Varlamov, Sorokin. Damn.
All
I
right.
feel like that's a
So
little bit high for that, though. I'm not gonna lie.
it's not that high for Varlamov, a bit for Sorokin, but because the Yahoo
Yeah,
has
but
him
it's
so
worth
high,
it for the stack. It's worth it for the stack. Yeah, that's true. I'm just happy you didn't take McAvoy.
if I wasn't a Leafs fan, I probably would have taken that. Actually, I don't know. It's hard to say because the Leafs fan in me also
Even
says
if I
he's not
wasn't a
gonna be
Bruins
that
fan,
good.
I'm so high on him. I'm like so
Yeah,
high on
because you're a
him.
Leafs fan,
Oh yeah, because I'm a Leafs fan. That makes sense.
or because you're a Bruins fan.
No, not
Now,
even.
Antonio,
Like
interesting strategy. I actually got this stack in one of the mocks we did off camera. I was able to grab the Mrazek Campbell stack. That's another interesting one.
Do you guys remember when Morgan Reilly was like elite?
He still is
What
elite.
happened?
Look at him. He's sitting at 53. He's projected a 51-point season as a defenseman.
Yeah, but there was a point where he looked like he could have gotten point per game. Like this guy
Yeah,
looks like
he had 72 points. Well, it's mostly because he's losing all the power play production with Sandin now. That year he had like over 30 power play points, and now they project him to have 20.
true.
So that's 11 points right there. That puts him to what is he at? He's projected 51. That puts him to 11 finish point or 11 power points. That's 62 points right there.
Also, guys, I think we normally would do a. Ooh, do we have an uninvited guest here? Ooh, that's interesting.
What?
Owen Hamilton has joined the breakout room. I don't like my picks here, boys and girls, and everybody in between. I don't know what to do. There's a problem. Oh, when in doubt.
That was my next pick.
William Nylander, welcome to the team. Guys, whenever I'm in a block, anytime like after the 5th round, William Nylander's the pick. He's way too low projected.
Yeah, he is.
And Ben hates me every single
brutal.
time without failure.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what happens. I might have to kick him.
Is he? Oh, I thought Hintz was still there for a second. Goodness, I got really excited. All right, so I'm up on the clock next, and I think my plan.
Welcome, Owen, to the episode.
All right, so I'm on the clock. I'm gonna go Reinhardt, and now I'm on the clock again, and it's hard to pass up on Eichel sitting there. But I think I should. It's hard to pass up on Eichel. Yeah, I'm gonna go Eichel as well.
Ooh.
So
I'm too scared to take Eichel because of that neck injury. Like that could really burn you if you're in a dynasty rank.
Something very important to note. We are recording this Tuesday night at 10:30 for the Eastern time. Training camp
is
training camp's open in 11 and a half hours.
Let's go, baby. Get hyped.
So we also had a new blog to our website at fantasyhockeypucks.com. You go there, you see all of our rankings, all of our blogs. We released our brand new one, how to deal with injuries throughout the season. There will be one coming out about the Traverse City Prospect Tournament, headlined by Nick Robertson himself, with churning out a terrific performance at that tournament. And so
You guys,
yeah,
guys, do you see this guy? Do you see this face?
Subscribe.
You do not.
Don't draft him. Don't draft him.
Don't
Owen
draft
Hamilton
him.
got burned by him in our dynasty league. Burned. Antonio, you have 12 seconds.
Honestly, it's fine. It's fine. We'll take Heiskin.
Yeah, that's the right
That's
pick,
a solid
in my
pick.
opinion. In my humble opinion. Not so humble opinion.
That's okay. And then we're gonna come back with this guy. Oh, I just realized you can see whoever I queue.
Yeah, I can. I already have my 2 goalies, remember?
True. There's no reason for you to take Hallmark.
I'm just going against every one of my draft strategies, but pick 10 is so hard. Like, so hard.
Yeah, guys, I don't know what I'm doing this draft. Like, normally I don't stack my forwards. Like, my forwards this draft are so stacked. Like, so stacked. I usually stack the D and have like a decent
I have
forward.
Varlamov, Sorokin, and Makar already, when generally at this point I'll be taking my first defenseman with no goalies.
We just flipped. No, normally I have 3 defensemen after 10 rounds. Easily. Or 4.
I only have 1 or 2. I have
I think I normally go 2 defensemen after 6 rounds at least. I go either
as
like,
you can see,
I go
pick
like
changes the strategy. The higher you are, the more you tend to stack forwards, I find, and the lower you are, the more you tend to take defensemen.
Yeah, that's why I love 7,
but
because that fits my drafting scheme.
I also think that it's like your pick is important to note your draft strategy. So I think if this is generally how I would do it, is I would have my first 3 ideal picks laid out for each pick. Like my ideal first 3, like realistic picks. Obviously, your ideal first 3 picks would be McDavid, McKinnon, Matthews, like if you could. But like realistically,
this is a reach.
This is a reach. I don't think so, in my opinion. I also took Sorokin with like 51st overall, but another important thing to note is with Antonio and I actually being in a real draft, you'll see the intensity, I guess is the right word, but more like the focus on who we're actually planning on picking. We'll have all of our sheets, all of our rankings up. Like I think if Antonio should be screen sharing, so you'll probably see him flip back and forth through rankings multiple times.
Yeah.
And that's why we figured obviously it's important to show real drafts. We have 2 more scheduled. We have one on Yahoo, and then we have this ESPN league that we've been a part of the last kind of 2 or 3 years with other fantasy hockey creators.
We also can't control what's said in that chat, so just so you guys know.
Yes, that is another important thing. Also, quick shout out to Alternate Hockey. He's a part of that league. Just quick shout out to him.
You're up on the clock.
Him. Yeah. So I'm gonna take Nietzsche first because I need a right winger, and I'm on the clock again and picking in the 90s. I think it's ready. Take him. My hidden weapon of every draft. I've officially still owned him in every single draft I've done, mock or not. Neil Pionk.
Yeah, you have an obsession with that guy. I don't know what it is.
He's so good.
Same with Demko. So you normally go with the Demko pick. I swear we're like flipping.
Hart. That's Demko, Shesterkin, Hart. I think I've had in mock drafts at least 3 times this year.
I think I'm gonna go Demko, Allmark, and then just wait and pick up.
There's a ton of value in goaltenders like looking down the line. Like Jacob Markstrom, that guy's still gonna win like 25 games, and he's still gonna.
Do you guys think I could wait on Allmark? I think I can wait on Allmark. I think I can take. Is there any defenders here?
There's like none.
Hello,
None.
Mackenzie Weegar. We have problems here, guys. We have big problems.
Oh, I think we're both in a very similar boat. I only have 2 defensemen.
And he took Werenski, my backup. Ooh, there's Thomas Chabot. That is a very solid pick. We will bookmark him.
So another thing, if you're picking on Yahoo based on ADP, there's a ton of good forwards. Excuse me, late. So if I were you, like right about here, when you're like, I don't really like any of the forwards, reach on your defenseman. Tony and I are sitting in a very similar spot. Reach on your defenseman, take them. There's still good ones available. And Tony, can you pull up the defenseman for them quick? But there's just pulling up the defenseman here, pure defenseman. Petrie, Ellis, Chabot, Gerard, Ty Smith, Martinez, D'Angelo, Giordano, like all of those guys all have terrific value, like right now, just outside
People
the
are
top
taking
100.
my picks, guys. People are taking my
outside the
picks.
top
If I
100.
don't get the Chabot,
Those are all great players to take, and I like reaching on them here is probably the best bet, because if you also look at the forwards later, there's a ton of value in forwards later, and that was my pick there, Ryan Ellis. As you can see, everyone's realizing that there's no D available, but Bo Horvat, Sean Couturier, Taylor
how is
Hall,
Thomas Chabot not gone?
Vincent Trocheck,
How
Anthony Mantha. There's a ton of late round value in forwards. Antonio is muttering on about who knows what, but just the important thing
Please
is I wrap
drop
up whatever.
to me. Thank sweet Jesus. There we go.
Basically, take your defense right around the 100 mark on Yahoo, because you'll start to see a run, as we just saw, a ridiculous run on D. So that's just, you want to get out and
That was so bad. That's why I was stressed, guys, because I only had 2 of my defense and all the defense were going. That was the problems. But I think I'll get Jared Spurgeon if Ben doesn't.
I do not plan on. Well, Spurgeon goes.
Never mind.
Do not plan on.
I'm high on Ty Smith, guys. This year, Ty Smith is gonna break out. I actually do have him in my breakouts, but I don't think he's good enough to take as my 4th D. I'm gonna have to. But
I'm taking. So I'm going to double stack D here. I'm gonna go Samuel Girard.
Gino's still there. And Caulfield. Yo.
I'm going. Yeah, Girard. And I think I have to go Martinez. He's my favorite one of the defensemen left. Yeah, I'm going to go Martinez as well. I've had him in a lot of mocks too.
Guys, do you think Gino's the pick, or is it Kopitar? I don't know who I'm talking to right now. We're not in the live, but hey, if we get enough followers that actually want to watch us, we might go live on Twitch.
We will go live. We'll probably go live on Twitch and Instagram. We'll probably kind of do a dual live there.
Yep. I think one of us will probably have the live on Instagram pulled up. The other one.
I'll probably be running the live on Instagram, and Tony will probably do that via Twitch. So follow us at Fantasy Hockey Pucks on Instagram, and we can go live. You guys can chat to us. You guys can send us your teams. We'll rate them. We'll rate them on our Instagram and TikTok. Fantasy Hockey Pucks 2021 on TikTok.
Do I like this pick? Ben, no, I like Kopitar. You know I like Kopitar. I really like the Kings, guys. I don't know what it is. I really like them. I've always thought that Dougie Hamilton is underrated, and it's just because he's on like a crappy team. I've also really liked Kopitar in previous years. I'd probably say they're my 2nd favorite team behind the Bruins. How many picks left? 4 rounds left?
Yeah.
After Joseph
I haven't filled up. Actually, I have filled out my right winger. I just slot Reinhardt to my right wing and Eichel to my center.
I need one more dude.
But realistically, I actually should probably take another center. Oh, I forgot that I just get a bunch of people.
Do I just take yeah, I think I'm going to take the Boston stack. That would be lethal. Demko with the Boston stack. If I can get that in the real draft, that would be lethal, guys. It's a really good stack. It's probably the 2nd or 3rd best stack you can take.
I mean, Bobrovsky paired with the Islanders stack. It's deadly as well.
Demko's better than Bobrovsky, let's be real.
I'm aware, but Bobrovsky has equal, if not higher, win percentage.
He's Gonzo off the board swimming. So guys, this will likely be out on our IGTV. It's also going to definitely be out on our podcast, but that's obviously not going to be with picture. And we'll likely also be putting this out on our YouTube. So just watch for that. I may have to step away for a quick second here, just so you guys know. But yeah, definitely. I think here I'm just going to be looking for one last defenseman, and then I'll be filling out my bench. I have three goalies, so maybe bench D, an extra bench D, and so like 2 defensemen and a forward here.
All right, so I have my forwards I'm going to take. I'm going to grab Bo Horvat and Vincent Trocheck there. Just so I look to fill up my bench, and now I have 1 pick left. And I hope he falls to me here, or might actually have to, I should take, oh no, I have 2 picks left. Okay.
All right, and guys, I know normally we go over our rosters after the draft, but it's going to be a little bit different this time. We're going to probably, we're going to screenshot them and we're going to post them on our Instagram. And whoever's watching, if you want to go to our Instagram and say who had a better draft, that'd be great. Have a little bit of a conversation in the comments. And yeah, we'll probably pin the highest liked comment to see who wins. I was not even paying attention. I think I'm going to take Philip Forsberg here, though, because I like him a lot on that Nashville team that just lost their top goal scorer. But yeah, just feel free to go to our Instagram, leave a like on our posts at fantasy hockey pucks.
Now, actually, just one quick thing. I know Antonio has to go. I think he has to go, but I will. I'll just run through both teams quickly. Just so you guys on the podcast, obviously go look at our post on Instagram, but we'll quickly run through our teams as well. Or I'll do that for Antonio. Just so you guys still get kind of the review of everything. I see Antonio scrambling to find the defenseman.
Somebody takes him? No, it's not going to be good news for them. Okay, that's my last 2 picks. Do you guys see that? Did you just see that? He's not even at the top of the board. It's not like he's like rank 113. He was ranked like 129, and he's taken as soon as I don't even at this time. Like, do I just take Turbo Chervinen? Like, I think I'm gonna take Turbo. Look at that face. How do you not draft that face?
Boom roasted moment there, Antonio.
Man's just looking at us like he doesn't want to be here. Who's normal ranked high? Vander Kane. Don't draft him, guys. He's not going to play this year. Zach Hyman, too. Enticing. Wouldn't it be funny if I said don't draft him and somebody drafted a Vander Kane? I would have found that pretty funny.
Someone just took him as a team right now. They expect Carolina to get 27 hits, only 18 power play points. What?
Yeah, they're a little bit out now. Maybe it's because I think Kotkaniemi's a god and he's going to come and like somehow jump above their bottom 6.
Okay, so gearing up for my picks here, I've had them queued. I'm going Connor Garland of the Vancouver Canucks and Jacob Markstrom to round off my goaltenders. I like to always have an extra goaltender, especially if you're going to take a stack, because that limits you to a max 82 games. And so to have that just.
Wait, so you're taking 4 goalies?
No, I don't have another goalie. I only have 2.
I thought you said Bobrovsky.
No, I did not end up taking Bobrovsky.
Oh,
Okay, so that'll end my draft.
guy.
Antonio's one pick left, and then we'll quickly do a recap of our teams.
Is there a better defenseman I can take here than Matt Grizzly? No, the question is
Giordano. Giordano's better for him.
Is there a better player that is so much better that it'll break my bias?
Giordano should. And there goes the uncue.
Yeah, I was not swayed by that much. I was actually leaning away from him anyway. I was just trying to find a reason, and that kind of put it over the edge. Anywho, we will end off with Calgary's old captain, the new captain of the Seattle Kraken. You always want somebody on that new expansion franchise, so I'll get a lot of points this year. Mark Giordano, and that's going to round off my team. So that's going to complete our draft, guys.
It's still going, but we'll just run through.
I'm going to very quickly go through my team. I really liked my offense. I'm not going to lie. I was really feeling it. Matthews, Zibanejad, two amazing goal-scoring centers. Huberdeau, DeBrincat. Huberdeau just carries all of Florida on his back. DeBrincat's a goal scorer.
158.
Oh my God, he actually got picked.
That was probably Otto.
Ehlers is also another person that we talked about it. He's going to be really good. He's like on one of the best first lines in hockey. Nylander's a snag. His X ranked 110. Guys, we have this guy ranked in our top 150, our top 50. He should be going no lower than 70. If you see him drop below 70, reach. Because somebody else is going to find him, and then it's going to be bad news for you because you left, and let him drop too low. On defense, Charlie McAvoy, I think he's breakout candidate. I talked about this earlier. Heiskanen, I think his role is going to be increased. Klingberg's going to be a negative factor on that team this year, and so he's going to get more. Heiskanen's going to get more minutes, more points. Shabbat is the sole defender on Otto. I only worry a little bit about his injury, but he should be fully healed going into the season. And Giordano, obviously, I talked about him. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. Norris Trophy in 2018-19, if I'm not mistaken. Kopitar's just a solid center. Veteran. He knows what he's doing. He gets all the points on LA. Forsberg's going to get a bunch of goals because Arvidsson is leaving that team, and he was their top goal scorer. They had like 6 guys with 20 plus goals. So I think Forsberg's going to be able to take that step. He's still pretty young. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's like 27. And then Turbo, I told you, you can't not draft this face. You just, it's not something you can do. And he's just elite on that Hurricanes team without jokes aside. And then, I talked about my goaltending a little bit. Vancouver, I think they're going to be a better team this year, and Demko is definitely going to be a part of that. Really, he's young, and we saw flashes of it in the playoffs. I think he's going to be really good, as well as the Bruins having their system with Bruce Cassidy leading their defense. There's a reason they won the William N. Jennings 2 years ago, and I think with a slightly improved decor this year, they're going to be even better on defense this year, and that stack's going to be really valuable for me. They also, I just want to say, they project the Bruins to have 47 wins.
Now, can you hop over to? That's not that good.
Yeah, that's actually really bad.
Games.
Are they stupid?
Scroll down quick. Look at the Islanders. The Islanders, they expect to get no win.
They expect them to get 40. What is it? 46.
That's that's one less than the Bruins. But anyway, on my team, it's a bit skewed because mentioned and her. So I'm just gonna say Tavares and goal. That center duo think about it, in our Dynasty League, I also have Matthews, and then Marshawn against was also an elite left wing duo. Marshawn, as much as I hate to admit it, that 98-point total and they project for him, as well as 4 doing goals, is probably pretty realistic. Nietzsche, I think, is really underrated. He only gets the second line minutes because he plays with Trojack, who I also have, and Niederreiter, Paul, and Yemi. But to me, be a little bit.
You guys, I have no clue what happened there. I think our Wi-Fi just got cut. But anyway,
all right. So, well, anyway, I'll just finish up. I love the Islanders stack, and obviously it's important to grab one more goalie. I faded forwards a little bit, was able to recover, grab some good forwards, still a good D, and an elite goalie tandem, and then Markstrom. And I think, yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with my draft. Once again, sorry for those technical difficulties, but that'll wrap it up. I'll send it over to our host, Antonio, to tell you what we have planned next week or later this week.
All right, guys. So I know that we said that we normally get our episodes out Friday, Saturday, right? You know us, weekly episodes. It's a promise, and I know we broke that promise this weekend. So in return, we have this episode going out tonight. Then we're also going to have our busts episode coming out Friday, and then for early next week, we'll likely have another mock draft, and then we'll have our real Rochester League draft, which is the league that we participate in for our points. That's not Bangos. Just so you guys know, that's going to happen, I believe, next Friday. If not earlier, if it happens earlier, we'll obviously be posting it earlier, and we'll just flip-flop that so that the mock draft goes later that week. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching or listening or wherever you're coming from. Thank you. Make sure to meet us back here, same place, same time, this Friday or next week. Next week is the saying, but we'll roll with it when we talk about our fantasy busts for this season. Thank you all for listening.